Got Mel Matt here with a very talented person. Mr. Matt Skitz Sanders. How are you, man?
Good, mate. Yourself?
Yeah, not too bad. How's things been going?
Pretty busy, actually.
Yeah. What are you working on at the moment?
Well, got about probably 5 or 6 things on the go at the moment.
Yeah.
Mainly Burial Chamber Orchestra.
Yeah.
Which is a band playing sonata, Chopin sonata, Funeral March, which we just recently recorded, and that features 3 other members. Dan Cherry, who's also playing with Kriss Hades tonight. Myself and Carcass from a grind band, CB, you know what that stands for, and another guy who's actually playing in a band Berserk Fox, Jim Best.
Fantastic. And
that all came about a year ago now, and it's coming together really nicely.
Excellent. Are you guys working on a new release at the moment? How's it going?
Basically recording probably the next part of the sonata. So there's 4 parts to the actual sonata.
Okay.
And we'll be doing some covers. We'll be doing like Emperor cover. Mayhem and Disembowelment.
Fantastic. Disembowelment. Oh, great.
Australian.
Early 90s.
Doom, death, grind. Kings of the old school death metal.
So with the band itself, are you guys looking at doing some other tours at the moment, or?
Once we get a set together, I guess that will happen. At this point, there needs to be a lot of work done, and there's been a lot of other things going on. Including the Hades gig that we're doing tonight, which we came up here about a week and a half ago to do. So. Lots of different stuff going on.
So how did you get approached for the Hades gig anyway? Did the Hades give you a call, or?
Dan, who's doing the keyboards, he organised the gig in 2010. And we did that gig, and then he just rang and said that he was thinking of doing another one. So,
great. Yeah, fantastic.
So here we are.
Good stuff. Now you're also got another band that you're playing with at the moment. Is Insidious Torture?
Insidious Torture. Yes. That's the death metal band that was the offshoot of Terrorust. And that was just basically fans of the guitarist and Storm of the vocalist and myself. And we did the EP, Lust and Decay, through Severed Records in New York. Released that, did some shows. And then sort of like stopped for a while because I stopped playing drums for about 6 months.
6 months? Wow.
6 months.
How was that?
It was good, actually.
It was good, good little break?
Yeah. When you've been playing for 25 years and you haven't really had a break from playing in bands, it was actually pretty good.
So what made you get started playing drums anyway, Skitz? Let's talk about how you started drums.
There were some friends at school that were playing drums. And I just felt like I could do it. Somehow I just had it in my head that I was going to play drums. So I just picked up the sticks and started getting into it.
Fantastic.
Around the same time that like a lot of the thrash bands were bringing out some of their best albums. Slayer and Metallica and Exodus, Megadeth, Testament, Bathory, all that sort of stuff. So it really inspired me, and I just bought myself a double kick set up and got into it.
Great. You got any highlights in your career? Obviously you played with Damage, very successful Australian metal band from the early 90s. You got any highlights in that career?
Damage just got quite a few. I guess playing with some of the bands that we played with. But more recently I reckon some of the stuff that's happened in the last sort of like 5 or 6 years. It was like Terrorust playing with DSI was probably one of the biggest highlights I've ever had.
Oh, definitely.
And also going to Europe and playing in a band with Attila from Mayhem.
Oh, great.
Grave Temple and the 2 Sunno guys. And just did like a short European tour around Germany, England, and Rotterdam. So yeah, it was pretty cool.
Excellent.
And to play with those people that have been doing a lot of stuff and pretty professional.
So did you learn a lot from them when you were overseas?
Yeah, I learned how to run amok in Europe, pretty much in Amsterdam with the tiller. That was probably one of the biggest highlights in my complete, like everything I've ever done.
Yeah.
Was to just spend time with the tiller.
Yeah.
Because he was such a great guy too. So that one sticks out, probably one of the biggest. Probably going to Europe in '95 with Sadistic Execution was another eye-opening experience.
That would have been crazy.
It's crazy for a few different reasons, but I think most people probably have heard those stories.
Yeah, I'm sure they have.
Yeah, there's a few.
What's your opinion on today's metal scene, Skitz?
I don't really listen to a hell of a lot of new bands. A few people show me some stuff. I really like a lot of the old school bands that are still going.
Yeah.
They just keep putting out decent albums. Like Testament's just flawless.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, like they're still current and they're still going and they're still lively.
That's it, they're not selling out for anything, they're still going hard.
Yeah, and bands like Triptychon, because it's like an extension of Celtic Frost, and it's not selling out to any sort of style or any sort of fad or trend. It's just dark and it's brutal, you know.
Sure. Now, is there any advice that you give out to any kids out there, any drummers or any musicians in general that want to, I guess, follow in the same footsteps as yourself there, Skitz?
Yeah, I've got a couple of words of advice. I'd say firstly, don't let anybody's criticism get in the way of what you're doing. Because I remember being criticised for a few years before I started getting things happening, and I just proved that I could just go through it and keep going. And secondly, beware of the sharks, because they attack and people will try and rip you off. People will use you. I guess that just goes in any game, that musicians tend to do a lot of stuff for virtually nothing.
Yeah, for sure.
So you have to be aware of like who's managing your band and who's taking care of your money, all that sort of stuff.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Now, if people want to contact you to find out more about your work, have you got a Facebook page or is there any website?
Yeah, there's a Facebook page which is just under Matt Skitz Sanders, and they can contact me on there. Pretty much the easiest way, I guess.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Right, Skitz, thanks for this interview. It's been a pleasure.
Thanks.
Keep it going. Anytime, man.
Cheers.